Oh, Dragon Drop is back. Sick. The hotfixes might have done the trick in regards to the lag that we were experiencing before. Granted, it is also very, very early, but it is nice that the Dragon Drop is here. In terms of people in my lobby, I see a ton of new faces, and then there's Olay the Show. Very strong player in their own right. Okay, it is a silent stream, which means we absolutely mandatory must take the links at all costs, for they are our baby, and I love the links. I'm waiting on taking my legendary augment because I want to see what my first components end up being. Like, I already got the magic one. If I get another magic one, then I'm going to try and focus. Oh, okay, it's going to give me literally a mix of everything. Okay, that doesn't help me at all. Personally, I love it when I get all of one color or two of one color, because now I just don't know what to pick. How many... Okay, so this is the old evasive veil. I think that's just the safest pick all around. So let's quickly try to pop these augments on everybody without actually combining them. Probably going to get bopped because I was not paying attention to the guy's Valente, which is a shiny, by the way. Nice. Okay, that augment was a fantastic pickup, it looks like. And there's that Battle Pass drone blast coming on through. Appropriately, I am in the Archie fit, so nature set and good to go. Weapon time. I don't play rogues. Staff I will consider. Fire I will consider. Okay. I think I'm going with the Lance. The potential here in my mind for doing this, as I should have in theory leveled up some experience. Because personally, of course, I play a lot of Scion and play a lot of Bunker. It's the kind of style I do enjoy. With that, there's one of two options that kind of come to the table. I can either go for the air style like I'm going for now and hope I run into Squeezes and the Ophisto, or some of my other shock fellows like the Rai here. Excuse me. Or eventually pivot out of this into a earth or fire weapon and just focus on magma. I do get the Omnivamp. It is a tiny amount, but I like having at least a little bit of it just in case. And with the units that I'm picking up right now, these two, the T-Roo, as well as the Rai, potentially, if things go my way, like, I'm not going to roll heavily for it, at least as of right now, I'm not going to roll heavily for it, but if the world happens where I get a bunch of these and I can start building shock units quicker, it would definitely solidify my choice in strategy earlier than expected. But at least for now, I am not going to worry about level, or not level, rolling. These new names are going to take some getting used to. Well, it used to be the power ascent here onto that Doga. Just so that one guy doesn't end up getting an exalted, I'm just going to quickly take this guy and put him to the side. It doesn't cost me anything, so no harm, no foul. I don't necessarily like targeting people per se, but if it's not going to cost me credits, there's no reason not to. So I'm just cruising my way to level 5, slowly but surely. The intention was to kind of lose streak a little bit, but do manage to get 2 W's on the board. Pick these up. What do we get? Tank and physical damage. Interesting. So optimally, I need either one of these yellow components to kind of even things out, or I need to commit to something physical, I feel like, because right now, kind of backwards. Getting this heady for free would be kind of nice, though. Got the yellow, too. No, 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 no. Disho, that's mine. Mine. Alright, so that's a pretty decent tank. I'll gladly accept that. Fellow links. Yellow to yellow. That's Omega Power. That's my engine. I will take the engine. Attack damage. I feel like the percent health is almost mandatory at this point. I will gladly take that. Health-wise, let's take the Thorn-esque one. And in a second here, not this round, but the next, I will get to the next level and put my Heady on the board, get that 3rd bulwark on the field. Optimally, I probably should have moved over that augment to my links. A little bit of a misplay in that regard. Illuvials are holding the line nicely, though, so I'm going to get away with it. May not have been 100% optimal, but we got the job done. And then right as we hit level 5 here, I can start building towards my comp. With Heady now on the board, health-wise, you just straight up have more, don't you? Oh, not even. Okay, let's keep it with you then. 1, 2 with you there for number 3. I'm gonna hold for just one more second here to get back up to 70. Then I'm looking for Lynxes, and as well as my other fellow Shockmates. Nobody really seems to be pushing hard for Lynx, and with some of the physical augments I have, going for a Rogue isn't necessarily a terrible idea. So I'm going to pull the trigger on it here in a second. A lot of people say that the way that I'm about to play is rather reckless, but I love Lynxes, so it is what it is. It makes me happy at the end of the day. Okay, bam. I think this guy too is actually quite nice. Pop you over. I am going to add you as a dive buddy. This is actually kind of looking very similar to what my first stream game was, or my first video was. It was this exact kind of style. And we are going to keep pushing here in a second. Do I go reckless, or do I reserve? I think I'll pause at 60. I'll try and do this in pieces. I don't think anybody's really contesting me right now for Lynxes. Maybe I am slightly adapting here, or maybe I'm just yapping. I don't know. It could be either or, but before I would just blow my entire credit load on getting Lynx as fast as possible. But because nobody's actually going for it right now. Like, I don't really see it on anybody's bench. Could be a wise way to go. Switching over to Earth Grasp actually would probably be a wise choice. Give me that magma option later down the road. I feel like that's probably going to be easier to perform with compared to what I'm running right now. As I level up a T-Roo, but actually if I'm switching off that style, I may not even necessarily need it. I am finding everything right now. Now I'll slowly start trimming away at some of my bench. I've almost got to my links. I've got a lot of my links. Oh, I still had that guy as a rogue. Whoops. I mean, it might still work. Do I still have my face of Veiling? There we go. Okay. This actually makes up for that. I'd love to pick that up. Same thing with that. Same thing with that. Okay. Because I think this is eventually going to pivot into a 5 bulwark. Gonna go for the additional resistances. It might be a mistake, but let's try this. NPC round, so I'm feeling quite peaceful. Nobody else is touching my links. Not sure if game sounds kind of quiet for y'all, so I'm gonna quickly bump this up a little bit. And hello, beautiful. There you are. Synergy-wise, another Earth Bulwark. Kind of style. Rogue Imprint I don't really care for as much. I'm gonna go for Earth. I think with the way that I want to play, that's the 5 bulwarks will come naturally. I don't need to stretch it. Doing something kind of like this. You are here. I need to swap this guy out with something real quick. In fact, oh, I didn't do it fast enough, but the Harbinger is right there that I could play with. Was not paying attention to the fact that that was a rogue team. And Crotch Sphere here is level 7 already, meanwhile I'm level 5. But look at this beautiful Lynx go with the rest of the tanks. This was literally about a best case scenario here for me, because normally you have to invest pretty heavily into the Lynx in order to kind of secure that early to mid-game dominance. And it sacrifices a lot of credits to do so. I didn't have to pay for like anything. And it is absolutely beautiful. Pair my Scion up here with the tanks so that I get that Harbinger bonus. Even though I did pivot away, I don't mind the squeeze actually. In fact, if I level them up and pop you on the field, tuck you away nice and safely, turn you into it. Oh, I'm still too slow with my damn augments. Okay. And I'll pick Mammoth up as well. It's crazy that I'm level 6 and still finding a lot of these higher tier Illuvials. Okay. Which, well, buff did it give me? Restore energy? Okay, that's not the worst thing in the world. I'll take it. Normally I love building that staff pure damage, but the regen eventually kind of turns into more damage anyway, because I'm firing off my shot more often. Get him, Lynx. There we go. So far, so good. Because I have a mixture of DPS kind of going on here, anything red or yellow I'm probably fine with. I'm just going to go for whatever happens to have the highest value regardless of what color it is. Even if it does end up being blue, I don't mind a tank either. Yoink away the dash. I know it's going to slow down my DPS per se, but I don't mind tank either. And then I can just sell the dash because I'm probably not using it. I have an abundance of gold here, so I am going to level. Stay at that max max HP mark. Give my squeeze a little bit of bonus damage. And I will get my mammoth onto the board at some point here. There we go. Not in the optimal position. I was a little bit slow once again. Good heal from the Archos, keeping that squeeze alive right in front of the penguin's face. It will eventually fall, but this penguin is still just a mere slapping. It looks like my back line is falling, but that's a-okay. My front line is still right there, ready to wreck your face. And we do take out the monk here before that power ascent comes through. Easy does it. Links and squad. My first big push. Where do I want to go? With the attack augments that I have, this screams that I should probably go for Scoriox. There's one person going full fire, but that's not going very well for them. The option for Scoriox is there. Could very well opt for some sort of mixed damage kind of composition where I have the Scoriox plus the squeeze. Okay, good old shunt coming out there from the mammoth, sending away that Ramphy to do literally nothing. It is all coming together. I'm no longer using this Rye, I'm just gonna... Now for my next levels here, in fact I shouldn't have put the Mammoth on board in theory. Once I hit level 8, I might take Mammoth off. And then put 2 Bulwarks on so I can get 5 Bulwark. And then make my level 9 Illuvial be the Mammoth. Which hopefully I would then get a Scion imprint. Give it to my Archos for some additional healing. And I would have the whole squad together. At some point, the only difference I would have to, or only change I would have to make would be in regards to the Lynx being replaced by a Scoriox, but at the same time, with the way that things are playing, I may not even need the Scoriox. Mammoth, you can go have a seat, you've done well. 5 Bulwark. Yeah, the line be held here. Squeeze the Scoriox's usual spot. There. I've not even been positioning my Lynx at all. Oh, I don't want to do that. No, no, no. I'll keep you there. In my next turn here, I need to move over that red to somebody else so that I can put the Omega Power onto my Squeeze. Let the lightning come rain through and lets my ranger and gorgeous earthlings clean things up. Why don't we? How much Omnivamp do you have? You have some, but it is not for a penguin. We will clean that up nicely. Next up on the board, what do we want? Max health. I don't really have that much health. The emergency heal would be kind of nice. The consistent healing over time might not be a bad idea either. Or energy regen. I'm going to go for the consistent healing. That might be an error, but we will roll with it. The two ferns coming out to play is kind of interesting alongside the cling. If I can level up my cling on to its twine to the second evolution, I will 100% replace either that stage 1 Caribou or the Groko. My Lynx still has the untargetability, so I am not even worried right now. This is just beautiful. Feels like autopilot right now. Dennis, hello, welcome. How's it going, mate? I have so much credits right now. While I can and while I'm feeling safe, I'm just going to push levels. I know I'm going to lose eventually. Desho might be the one to do it. That is a pretty scary team, to be fair. I think I'm just going to 1-for-1 change here. Caribou with the Cling. I still end up having the Bulwark buffs. I should have paid a little bit more attention to my Lynx that time. This thing is going to dive directly into the middle of everybody. Thankfully, it does have that protection via the untargetability. But it's going to get popped extremely soon and probably put it in range of the forest. Yep, so for the first time, and it feels like this entire game, my Lynx is going to die. Yeah. Misplay on positioning is absolutely going to cost, but a 12-win streak... not too bad, in my opinion. Not bad at all. And I'm still sitting on all of my credits. Caribou, the chances of me actually leveling you up at this point here is kind of low. Squeak up a little bit more on levels. But based off of what this person's running, Fighter, Berserker... Who's the carry? The Riley? I will move Lynx over. Nobody's going to be diving onto my squad. And we'll get there. Pushing level 9, of course, is not only going to allow me to get my Mammoth on the board, but it's also going to make it extremely easier... or much easier, rather, to start finding more squeezes. And leveling that thing up. Optimally now, I just need to find more magic components. And that would be the best case scenario. Still even have a couple of those Pyries around in case that ends up being an option. Substitute out the Lynx for the Pyrie. So they're taking pretty much everything. I'm going to look for the Cling, I think, because I want specifically that component, and buffing up to the twine would be nice. Usually the way that this composition screws up for me is if my front line is not strong enough. And right now, like, look, I still have a heady. The fact that it's been this strong of a composition and I don't have appropriate leveled up front line is incredible. So I have an engine. Now I want damage. Granted, my engine is on the lynx, so that's something to consider. If I level up to an Octius, I think I'll move the engine over to the squeeze. And what I'm referring to when I say an engine, so when I'm playing a Scion in particular, I go in a specific order. First, I want something that gets me energy faster. That's my engine. It doesn't have to be something permanent, but at least something off the start that gets me going. Then I want damage, and then hopefully something with Omnivamp for a little extra sustain. That is where my mindset is at when playing Scion. With hitting level 9, got my guy back on field, got another tank. Like, this is what used to be the Guardian's grid. Lynx, we are not dive bombing the entire team. Hang on. I do have a messy little bunker here. Like, my twine's not going to get out for a little while, and it is a slow bugger, but might be okay nonetheless. Lynx is still pretty healthy. It is finally starting to get fired upon here by that Pyre or the Theriox in the background. Let's see if I can tear through enough of this front line from my DPS to actually start focusing the back. But Dopra here is doing a good job at taking care of my front line. Good old shot directly into the squad, but the stun does not come out. So I'm going to lose this one, but that is fine. I am still sitting so pretty, it's not even funny. It is time to start rolling. Let's find some mammoths. Let's find some squeezes. And if I'm lucky enough to start finding Pyres, that is an option too. The Blazenite showing up makes things interesting as well, to the point where I might even actually warrant getting rid of my Mammoth. Freezing is not going to do me any good here, so let's get moving. Okay. As the Octius appears, we are going to make some swaps here. I already have a Mammoth on the field, it looks like. What did I just do? Okay. Squandering myself a little bit. Thankfully, my Twine and my Fern Knight are in the corner doing okay, but optimally, should have given myself a few extra moments there to position that. Octius is in a perfect scenario, though, to start raining. We just have to deal with these damn water rogues on my back line. I've been around here long enough to know that even if they're the last two alive, it doesn't mean this round is won, but it looks like we are going to clean up nicely here. Sweet. Hetty is finally going to level up into the Crunk, giving my attack damage over to Blazenite, to Burnite. Mammoth has a little bit of extra range, so I'm going to move that over there. The tank item, I'm going to now make this guy the absolute beefcake. Untargetability will go over to Octius for now, just for that extra reinforcement, unless I can somehow find Blazenite here. I have so many options and I'm picking none of them. Knight is going to end up getting jumped on by the Ranger, but it should not stay there for very long. I'm a little bit nervous about that Jotun, though. That is an absolute beefcake. Make it rain, Octius. We need it quickly. I don't think we're going to end up getting it. On the plus side here, we've already made the top 4. We're in the points. But that's not enough to satisfy me right now. Another option here. I don't need Eddie, no. That's what I'm looking for. Lynx, it's been good. Want to see if I can get final stages here for some of these. I have 2 of them that are literally just sitting here. That's actually kind of huge. Hang on. Do now have magma, so I'm going to put my guy, not that guy, into a bit of a more aggressive position to try and get my magma to spread. This could hopefully help with my answer for dealing with that Jotun if I have to face it again. Scoriox is already on the board there here for Doper, or Dopre as well. Just a little bit unfortunate, but if I beat them, that is the end of the run here for them. Do I have enough of a front line to get this done? It doesn't look like it. I mean, good damage, we're getting the job done, but they still have a lot of beefy fellas here right next to me, including that flood that's just healing constantly. Okay. Machine gun Scoriox, though. Going right through me. Okay, there's one of my stage 3s. Can I find another? Squeeze, you can now come to the board. Got a few of them. I think it's safe to say that I'm probably not using Scoriox. Still have at least 2 magmas to help deal with the upfront battle style here of this show. Wait, it was Raphael that was the one with the Jotun. I mean, there is still some fighters, so should still be valuable. Support crate. Healing, yes. Brawler crates. Health, cleanse, shield. Cleanse? Question mark? Okay. Archos hold that. I've had this for so long and I've not even realized. Okay. Just raw. I was hoping for the attack speed, but didn't get it. I'd be foolish to not make this switch. Let's move everything to you. Oh, you're already Earth, so it doesn't matter. Give you the cleanser as well. See if you can get some additional shots off later. Burn. Gotcha. Alright. Top 2 here, the show's sitting extremely pretty. A very scary, tanky front line alongside that Rip Lance. We're holding the line so far. The Lura's being a pain in the rear, though, in the back line. Making my stuns go elsewhere as well. Let's get them out quickly, please. Octius, this is where we need your shocks. Where's the shots? There we go, 1. Do it again. 2. Rip Lance is going absolutely bonkers, though. One thing I also now have is Wildfire. Can we trim the fat here with some fire onto him? Blinds, please come out. It does end up coming out. Is that enough time to do so? Look at this Omnivamp on this sucker. Chunk it quickly. Overtime, please. We did get it. Oh god, we got it, and Dopra is gone. We are in the top 2. I get first pick and don't know what to do. Oh my. Okay. Nope. Shields. What did he end up taking? Just the heady? Okay. So at the very least here, kind of do it this way. On Omega Steel. Okay, honestly, better than nothing. Can I find the I feel like I don't have... Where are the squeezes? Very surprised to have not seen a single one in that entire roll. Alright, come on. Get rid of the forest, please. Here we go. Okay, we didn't get the elimination, no reset this time, unfortunately. That's a lot of healthy bars on their side here. My next shot's not going to hit anything. Oh, it does hit the art. It's not in time, though. Come on. Magma, please. The fact that it went right after the Octius is kind of painful. I still have the untargetability. There we go. That was lucky. Hi, Winnie. How's it going? Congrats on your win once again yesterday. That was awesome. I am very shocked to have not found a single squeeze here. Until now. So Riplance is actually taking more of a frontal approach here with the Blotto. I'm curious if they're trying to make that come around the right-hand side. Poor Axon is just getting shredded as soon as it shows up here. They 100% have the beefier front line. I'm just getting luckier that I'm able to find some targets, and that Riplance is doing the dance of death, doing absolutely nothing. Now it's onto my healers, though. Alright, Mammoth, where art thou? Oh, a bit too little, too late, it looks like. Untargetable is going to buy me a couple of moments, but not enough of them. Okay, how do we adjust this? Good, on one hand I can sack the magma and get emergency granite. Let's try. It's worth the attempt. The last round didn't work out. And this would put me in my ranger in a little bit more of a safer position. Maybe I can get a couple extra casts out of them instead. Okay, we've got the speed, but do we have the firepower? The tank line's definitely not there. Shunt's coming out here from the Mammoth. Stuns them up, but here comes Riplance once again. That shall do the trick. Okay, that is still not a bad time, nonetheless. $1470, the highest I've ever been. Oh, hang on a second, I just realized. I wasn't even intending. But I had a Blazenite and a Mah'Mut on the board at the same time, there we go. I actually got my quest done. I did not think I was going to get that one done at all.